Hi there, I'm Spira. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to Shopify. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the things that you need to do before you get that Shopify store up and running. I made a list for myself, and there are a lot of little things that people don't tell you about. They pretty much just say, find a niche, research products, open your store, boom, get out there and market yourself. Buy some ads, use social media, a lot of different details about marketing and driving traffic and all of that, which of course is important. But before you even begin, I think that there are a few things that you need to think about in advance. So of course, number one, find your niche, and your niche is basically what you want to specialize in. My recommendation, go for what you love. Go for what really genuinely interests you. You have to find out what would be a good idea for you. And there are a lot of ways to do that. And again, since you have access to the internet, take advantage of it, do your research. You can literally put in the search bar trending niches or popular niches, things like that. So find something that you think that you'll enjoy working on, because I will tell you right now, this is not a quick, easy fix for anything. Running your own business, no matter how easy it sounds, is going to be hard. And it's going to be a lot of work. So you have to make sure that this is what you want. And when you decide that this is what you want, then by all means, go for it. Put your whole heart into it, and you will feel good about it, and you'll feel good about what you accomplish. And also, if you put your whole heart into it and it doesn't work, then at least you know that you did everything that you could and that you didn't give up easily. The second thing you want to think about is your name, your brand name. It's not something that you want to change halfway down the road. I think it's worth it to take the time now to actually do that thinking and do that brainstorming as far as what you want to call your store, what you want the title to be. One of the ways that you can do that, one of the things that helped me, and I don't know if that will help you, but make a list of keywords. What I did when I was trying to come up with a name, I think a lot of things are cool, and I think that there are a lot of interesting phrases out there, and I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to call the store. So I started to think about keywords related to the topic. The topic, of course, being yoga, spiritual lifestyle, holistic lifestyle, that genre. Okay, so then I made a list of different names, because I also had to cross-check those. I had to see if those domains had been taken or not. So for me, it was better to come up with a bunch of different names that I liked and then to check the domains. Then I took if there was anything available or not, and I wrote those things down, and then I kept playing around with that. So it was a little bit of a process for me. It may not be as big of a process for you, but that was mine. So I ended up deciding on my store name, which I'll share with you later when everything goes online and we see how it goes, okay? Number 3, I would say to research what kind of business you want to have. There are a lot of different kinds of business. And so the main ones would be like a sole proprietorship or a partnership, whether it's a limited liability or a limited partnership, as well as corporation or nonprofit. A sole proprietorship is what most people do, and a sole proprietorship is what I'm going to be starting with. However, when I do start making money, I'm going to change that over to a limited liability company. And the reason for that is when you make yourself into a corporation, you are protecting your personal assets. If you are a sole proprietor and God or goddess or universe forbid, someone decides to sue you over something, if you own a sole proprietorship, they can sue you for everything you own. That includes all of your assets. If you own a home or a car or any investments, they can take all of that. If you create a corporation, however, then someone can still sue, but they are suing the corporation, and they can take all of the corporation's assets, but not your personal assets. So personally, I think that that's a good way to protect yourself and protect your assets, because not all businesses work, and you never know. You just never know. So be safe, okay? Step number 4, I think that you should start thinking about your logo. You have your niche, you have your your name at this point, and you have decided what kind of business you want to have. Now you need to get a good logo, and I think it is important to get a good logo. A logo can be changed, however. Some people don't like the idea of changing it afterwards. It does happen though. I think it's worth it to spend the money on decent artwork. I am biased. I am an artist. Number 5, you definitely have to start researching products. Now, this can take the form of many things. And the reason for that is because you also have to decide whether you're drop shipping or not. Some people do drop ship. It's an option. You may decide not to. It's up to you. Some people make their own products. I actually make some of my own products. I do paint. I sell paintings, I make prints and all of that. Printing is another thing. You can use print on demand services these days. So with printing, you have a couple of options. You can either order all your prints out and keep them at home, keep them in storage and ship them out as they get ordered, or you can use print on demand, which is you upload your files onto a website of a company who will print the products as they are ordered and ship them to the consumer, which is lovely actually, because you don't have to hold any inventory. And that's the general idea behind drop shipping, is you don't have to carry the inventory. So in the general retail drop shipping area, what you would be doing is you would be advertising products with a photo and all of the information, and then when people order the product, you then order it from the supplier, and the supplier will ship it directly to the client. So I think that that's a great idea, and it's especially nice for people who can't hold the inventory in their homes. That's a lot, and you need storage for that. We'll talk more about drop shipping later. I don't want to get into the details of that, but let's just say decide whether you want to drop ship or not, decide whether you're using print on demand or not, decide whether you want digital products or not, and also decide whether you want to have any handmade items. I personally have a few handmade items. I think I'm going to try selling them. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. It might be a good idea, it might not. I also have a very dear friend who's an incredible jewelry artist, and I'm going to be selling her products for sure, because she's just so good at what she does, and I'm really happy to share those things. I think that 5 is pretty good to get started with, and then we'll talk about more in the next video. If you'd like to continue hearing more about my online journey and the things that I'm learning about e-commerce, then please click the subscribe button. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please hit the like button, and that will let me know that you like the content and that I should keep going. Feedback is definitely important, and I do appreciate your feedback. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, then please hit the subscribe button, and also maybe share the video, because the way that we get the word out is by sharing. And so for me, that would be part of my networking and growing the channel. And that's part of the experiment too. So it'll be really interesting to see if we can get that. So if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to do so in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.